Hey Sagittarius, happy Halloween. Welcome to your October 2021 astrological forecast. There's a bunch of stuff going on that's pretty important this month, but I think the most important thing for you would be that Venus is entering your sign. It's going to be here all month. Venus moves into Sagittarius on the 7th. Okay, not bad, huh? Because at the current time, present time in October, okay, the sun is in Libra up until the 22nd. Mercury's in Libra all month, and it's in retrograde motion, but turns direct on the 18th, I believe. On the very same day that Jupiter actually turns direct. Jupiter's in Aquarius right now. I'll get to those planets in a minute. However, Mars is in Libra all the way up till the 29th, okay? So you have these planets, and also a new moon in Libra on the 6th. Where you have Libra in your chart is your 11th house of friends and socializing, social media even, but it's where you would normally go to hang out, any kind of group or organization that you belong to. Just going out anywhere, to a bar, to a club, to see a live band. But this is also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, okay? So you have Mars here. Mars is a very physically energetic planet. Maybe you have been spending a little bit more time with like your friends, but also if you do belong to any kind of organization, maybe you just show up every so often, but you may have noticed that you've been a little bit more active with them right now, just because that Mars is there. Right? Maybe it's because you have the time right now, though, too. Could be anything, actually. But having Mercury here and it going retrograde at the end of September 27th, okay, and then turning direct on the 18th of October, just means that, first of all, I have a link below to Mercury retrograde. It's a video that I did a while ago, so you might want to listen to that. But having this planet retrograde in your house of friends, I'd have to say that you and your friends, or you and one friend or other, or you and a group of people, or, it could even be on social media. You're going to misunderstand one another, possibly. This is what Mercury does. It screws up your communications. But like I said, listen to that video. It'll give you a better idea. But you could hear, or hear like just bits and pieces about something, about one of your friends or something like that. Or you could even hear back that someone said or thought this about you. And it's, again, bits and pieces. A lot of time it doesn't make any sense because in a way it like never happened. Someone, a lot of times when people don't know everything about a subject, a lot of times just to appear more interesting or like they're in the know, in the loop of whomever's orbit, they try to act like they know more than they do. So whomever you're talking to right now, just take it, with a grain of salt, okay? I hate to keep using that phrase, but that's it. Don't believe too much of what you hear right now at this time, especially if it's coming from some of your friends or acquaintances even, though, people that you see when you hang out and socialize. So you have to consider the source, There's also a possibility that someone could be coming back into your life, a friend that either moved away or just hasn't been out or something or other, or you just haven't heard from. They could be coming back in to your group of friends, or maybe just you. Somebody could contact you now at this time. Or you could hear something about one of your old friends. And again, I'm back to the, don't believe everything you hear, because a lot of times it's just not true. When you finally get to actually speak to that person, that'd be like, what are you talking about, So anyways, okay, having Mars in your 11th house, okay, makes you very, interested in making your dreams come true. Okay, 11th house is dreams, hopes, and wishes. So there's some kind of goal that you have been trying to reach. Okay, could be many, many things. You know, there's a new moon here on the 6th. Maybe you have a big breakthrough on that day, you know, where you do reach some kind of a goal that you've been trying to get, or that could lead you to a dream, or vice versa. You hit the dream first and that helps you reach your goal, you know. It could be anything, okay, but it does make you a little bit more energetic and chasing a dream, okay. Now there's a full moon on the 20th in the sign of Aries, and where you have Aries in your chart is your 5th house. It's directly across from your 11th house. Aries and Libra are opposite signs. Okay, so your 5th house is your house of romance and fun, creativity, children, speculation, gambling, you know, all kinds of stuff, sports, entertainment. So around that full moon, I would have to say that any kind of crap that you might have heard up until this point, like from your friends or on social media, or any kind of organization that you belong to, it'll come to a head around that full moon. Okay, and it could be in relations, like related to a romance, either that you have or have had, maybe somebody that you used to date. It could be anything, you know. But that's when I believe that you're just going to finally, you know, put your foot down, and by this time Mercury will have gone direct, but it takes a while to kick in there for it to be kind of noticeable. So it's not going to happen overnight, you know. But you might actually speak up then at that time, and you know, just say something. It could be even something that happens with, like, maybe one of your friends says something smart about someone that you're dating, or if you are in a serious relationship, somebody could comment about it as if it's like any of their business. Okay, so, well, you'll shoot them down anyways around that full moon. Okay, so let's see here. The sun moves into Scorpio. Okay, on, let's see here, the 23rd. Mars moves into Scorpio on the 30th. Venus is actually in Scorpio still, okay, up until the 6th. It's just those first few days, you know, and then it moves into your sign. So where you have Scorpio in your chart is your 12th house, okay, of secrets and confidences and actions taken by you or someone else behind the scenes, or are in secret, okay. This is the house of the subconscious mind and dreams and psychic ability, and of course, having Scorpio here on the 12th house, you would be normally psychic. And aside from the fact that Sagittarius is the sign of the Zodiac that has the gift of prophecy, Nostradamus being the most famous Sagittarian of all, so these things kind of mesh together right now for you. But I always say, you know, having Mars here, and it's just moving here on the 30th, so you'll have like all of November, and then the Sun and Mercury eventually will be moving into Scorpio and then your sign. So all these planets are like in your 12th house to your 1st. A lot of times when planets are here, it's just a time where you take time to recharge your batteries. You know, a lot of people, because they were stuck in quarantine like for a really long time, didn't need to do that because that's all they were doing. They were just stuck at home. But now that people are starting to get out and do stuff again, you know, maybe you're one of them even. So maybe this is your time to just kick back and not really do anything until, you know, planets move into your 1st house, and it just kind of like brings you to life again, and you're on the scene again. But anyways, having Mars here a lot of times is when, and this could start to come out here with this Libra stuff, you know, in your 11th house of friends, okay, that there is someone in your life that is secretly envious of you and jealous, and a lot of times they're trying to influence your group of friends into thinking the same way about you, or spreading some kind of crap around about you. that could be going on again with this Mercury retrograde in Libra. But when Mars moves here, they're really acting in secret, behind the scenes. They're undermining you, like your confidence, anything that you're trying to do. But it's because they are secretly jealous or envious of you. And usually this is someone who's supposedly a friend. So, but I believe that you would know who this is. So I don't think it would be any surprise to you. I don't even think you're even worried about it. But the thing is having this Venus in your first house makes you even more popular right now, so which would irk them even more. So it's actually kind of funny, but I did have to mention that, okay? But it's also a time that you can do something in secret or behind the scenes, some kind of preparation. Usually, maybe you are working on something that when planets move into your first house, because Mars is going to move into your sign, Mars is the ego planet, okay? It means it's a time where you want to be acknowledged for whatever, for being yourself even. So we'll get to that when Mars moves into your sign. But anyways, so you could actually be preparing something to put into motion once, you know, you're like tweaking it right now. You know, they're doing like the finishing touches, but it could be something like really creative, I would have to say. You know, Jupiter and Saturn, okay, are in Aquarius, and they were in retrograde motion. 3 planets this month, like the outer planets last month, were all retrograde, but 3 of them turned direct. Okay, Pluto turns direct on the 6th, Saturn turns direct on the 10th, and Jupiter turns direct on the 18th, the same day as Mercury turns direct. Okay, so this third house where you have Aquarius and you have Jupiter and Saturn transiting right now, the third house is the house of the internet and the written word. But this is like the podcast or a YouTube channel or anything that you've done that is creative. You know, you also have the planet Uranus in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do. And I've mentioned this many times that, you know, you're not, even if you are still in the same job that you've had for like years, you are actually doing something on the side that is for yourself. Yeah, so you're like self-employed, but Uranus brings about unusual and even esoteric kind of things. But as far as music goes or art or something like that, if you're involved in something like that, okay. Also though, Uranus rules electronics, okay? So does Aquarius, okay? Uranus is the ruler along with Saturn, okay? Before Uranus was discovered, Saturn was known as the ruler for Aquarius, but Aquarius has 2 ruling planets now, Saturn and the planet Uranus. And yes, I do still pronounce it Uranus. I'm not going to change it because that's the way I've pronounced it since I was a child, right? Just like everybody else. I don't know who came up with this Uranus or whatever the hell they're saying. It's the planet Uranus, okay? So anyways, these 2 planets, when they start to turn direct, it will take a while for that to like kick in and everything. And in fact, Uranus is still retrograde. But I'd have to say it's something, you know, it could be something dealing with cameras, a camera, film. That's why I keep saying the podcast or YouTube channel or something like that. Something with the media, something on the internet. But if it's music of any kind, it's and it's a collaboration. Even it could even be the people that you're collaborating with that are unusual or very different. Something a little bit different. Okay, anyways, let's see here. Pluto being direct, though, in your 2nd house of income. Okay, it might have stalled here for a while. It should have stabilized a little bit, maybe not so much going out like it used to do. But when this planet turns direct, you'll notice that you're able to, I guess, you know, either increase your investment in some way or bring in more money possibly, or maybe even something that you were waiting for. Maybe you did make an investment and you were waiting for it to, you know, make some kind of return. And anything can be an investment because, you know, you are the gamblers of the Zodiac. So it could even be like lottery or casino or something like that. You're just waiting for it to hit. So, you know, or it could be something that you've created that maybe you've already sold, but you haven't received the money for it yet. So when this planet turns direct, everything will pick up a little bit more. It's not real noticeable right away, but somewhere down the line you will notice that money's a little bit, like having money flow is a little bit easier. Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Sagittarius on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Gemini. And those dates are the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of speculation or gambling, and anything to do with children is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time for money is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time for your career is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 30th, and 31st. And the best time for communication and travel is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. So I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for October. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, and I'd like to thank all of you who already have. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your support, too, for supporting my channel. It's trying to get it to grow a little bit more each month, actually, and it's coming along really well, all thanks to you guys. Check out my weekly forecast, and in the description box below, there's an Ask Me a Question, and also a link to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done, because this is a general reading. Okay, if you want something more specific, you have to have your chart done. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.